Now the weekend is here and rest is near. It's a Friday. Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. My name is Wally Scott. Welcome on the show. And too much drama happening across the globe. They call them different names. Shekpe Club, whatever you want to call them. They are Chelsea and they are Blues. Love it or leave it, you know. And I'll come back to my guest on the show later via Zoom. His name is Ladi Egbedire. Ladi, welcome on the show. Stay with us. We have something to show. Ladi, are you still there? Welcome on the show.
Very much.
Good.
Good morning, Wale. Good to hear your voice. Good morning.
Now we have
Chelsea this morning. That's
we have something to show, and then we'll come back to you. Okay. Now, fans of Chelsea said they were worried about the future of the club on Thursday after owner Roman Abramovich was sanctioned by the British government over his links to Vladimir Putin. Abramovich, who had been under scrutiny following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, announced he was selling the Premier League club last week. Now, fans outside Stamford Bridge, some of whom were traveling to Norwich to watch their team in action in the Premier League, said they were concerned about there could be a long-term impact on the club unless the situation was resolved quickly. Now, I'm sure Oga Onoja will be able to put the phone lines on the screen for you to actually call, and if you're a Chelsea fan, tell us what you think about all this sad situation. But I've got Ladi Egbedire on the show. Now, Ladi used to be in London. If you remember, we called him on the show a few months ago. He was in London then. He's back in Nigeria to resume back to London soon. And he's a sports presenter, sports analyst. So I'm sure he should know better. Now, Ladi, my question is, the UK people are like a white shirt, and they don't want a stain on their shirt. We can't forget Dodi Al-Fayyad, Harrods, and the Lady Diana situation where we know how it ended, you know. And it's a case of Roman Abramovich now, Chelsea. Are the UK government forgetting the fact that they are actually a UK or a London club and not a Russian club? Why are they doing this to themselves, really?
Well, we know that the team is owned by a Russian who is so much aligned with Vladimir Putin.
But it's a London club.
It's an ally. Yeah, no doubt. But it's owned by a Russian. And this kind of situation can only arise when an individual owns a team. And if being Chelsea is owned by an institution, this kind of situation cannot happen. But for the fact that it is owned by an individual who's an ally of Vladimir Putin, then this kind of situation can arise. And it doesn't really look good for Chelsea right now, because I knew that it was going to be a bit difficult for him to sell the club before this sanction comes up. And my word has actually come to pass.
Now, Roman Abramovich is supposedly the acting Minister of Petroleum in Russia, and a Putin person. Yes, we know that. However, he has always said that, listen, I am not a businessman. I am a Chelsea fan. And he has done that year in, year out. Now, why do this to him? What has politics got to do with this? This is sports. This is football.
But this is apart from Roman. There are some other Russian oligarchies who are also sanctioned. Not just Roman alone. Every Russian oligarchy who's close to Vladimir Putin are sanctioned as well. Don't forget, some couple of weeks ago, the German government they seized the yacht of one of the another Russian oligarchy. So it's not just they're not trying to witch hunt Roman Abramovich. I think they're just doing the cross, but just to make sure that Russia pulls out of Ukraine so that they can find a lasting solution to this problem going on between Russia and Ukraine. And if you look at the mindset and the body language of Putin, it doesn't look like he's ready to back down. It doesn't look like he's ready to pull out. Fine, they've opened up a corridor for civilians to pull out of Ukraine. But even at that, they're still bombarding Ukraine. I'm sure as soon as some of these civilians pull out, they will resume bombarding of Ukraine. And people are saying, look, we have to stop this. And I don't see any solution happening so soon. Because right now, Ukraine is going ahead to join NATO. Talking about EU rather. They are going ahead to fast track, the process of bringing Ukraine into EU. And this is these are some of the conditions that put forward for Ukraine. That look, for you guys, if you guys want me to pull out, then you don't join NATO, you don't join all these bodies because it feels threatened. Because Ukraine sharing a border with Russia, it feels threatened. But look, if you join EU, you join NATO, then I'm no more safe. But I don't think there's anything you can do about this because it's not all about freedom of expression, freedom of everything in this life. I can decide to align with anybody I deem fit. So for Putin to have come out to say, look, I've taken Crimea, it's no more part of Russia. Donetsk is no more part of Ukraine. You should allow Donetsk to have their independence because they are pro-separate, pro-Russian. You can't decide the way the Ukrainians live their life. It doesn't work like that. So the way things are going, Wale, is quite political. It's so sad that they are, putting football and sports and politics together. But I don't see this, issue being resolved anytime soon. I don't see it being resolved anytime soon.
Now, Ladi, you've spoken extensively about the political part of this. Now, we know how Chelsea fans are everywhere in the world. Let's look at the Nigerian perspective. Chelsea fans in Nigeria are so fanatical they can kill in the course of their arguments, But the truth is, Chelsea cannot buy players, they cannot sell players, they cannot sell tickets, they cannot sell merchandise. The only thing they have going for them is they can only sell drinks and food at Stamford Bridge. What is the future of the club?
Yeah, but as soon as this imbroglio is resolved, I know that the club will go back to normal. I don't think that Russia is going to remain in Ukraine for the next 3-4 years. So hopefully this issue will be resolved very soon. But as at this moment, I don't think it's really affecting the makeup of the team because if you saw their performance against Norwich on Thursday, the players, I think they put that aside and they know that they still have so much job to do. Even though there's no money to spend, but they know that they got a job to do. And those guys that are being professional about it, they are going about their business as if everything is normal. So let's see how long they can sustain it. But my worry for them is that they can't replace any injured player. They have to go back, to their feeder team to get players to replace any player that's injured. We're talking about long-term injury. So that might affect the makeup of the team. And for the fact that they can't beef up the squad, they can't sell merchandise, which is no money is coming in. The only money they have for their travels is just £20,000. That's a miserable amount of money looking at the magnitude of a team like Chelsea. So it will affect them most definitely. But I hope that this effect won't be something that will be on for a very long time. It should be nipped in the bud very soon, hopefully.
Now, don't forget, if you're watching the show right now, it's Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. And then we have the call line on the screen. And you can call and tell us what you think will be the future of Chelsea. Now, Ladi, I heard you say something scary a few minutes ago, and I say scary because I have a Chelsea fan somewhere in here with me, and he said 2-3 years care. That's a long time. These were champions.
No, what I said was that I don't think Putin is going to remain in Ukraine for the next 2-3 years. So hopefully this issue will be resolved this year. And we're talking about this year. We're in March. We still have like 6-7 months to go before the end of the year, if not 8 months to go before the end of the year. So hopefully this should be nipped in the bud probably before June, July. That is if it doesn't escalate.
We have heard some players already saying, we've heard Kai Havertz, we've heard Timo Werner, we've heard a few players saying, we want to go. I bet we don't want to be involved in this unnecessary scandal. But unfortunately, they cannot go. But assuming that a particular player in Chelsea says, I want to go, what happens to him?
No, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon because it's part of the sanctions that were imposed on Chelsea. They can't sell players, they can't bring in players. So even players who are in the final year of the contract, talking about a player like Rudiger, like Christensen, that Barcelona is eyeing right now, they can't leave the team. They just have to be part of the team until this matter is settled. So for me, they just have to sit put. They ain't going nowhere for now, not anytime soon. They ain't going nowhere. Even if they want to leave, they can leave. They can walk away. It's just part of the sanction. You just have to be part of the team. Well, and for me, if you say you are a Chelsea player, you are a Chelsea a player, a committed player, a professional, you can't walk away from the team at this trying time. That's not nice. That's not professional.
Well, unprofessional is what you say, but Ladi, we're all of what we do, we're all in this for the business of money. And if somebody says, okay, if somebody says, good, I'm from Ukraine, or I'm English but I don't like what's happening in Russia and I refuse to play and I want to leave as long as Roman Abramovich is the owner of Chelsea and I want to go as long as he's the owner. Is that unprofessional, really?
No, but Abramovich has come out to say that he wants to sell the team.
True.
Don't forget,
True.
he made that statement before this sanction came on. And I knew that it wouldn't be easy to sell the team like that because there are so many, protocols that needs to be done. So, and nobody saw this sanction coming this early. I think it's just a way of the British government trying to stamp down what's the activities of Putin in Ukraine. And
exactly.
So sad that this is coming this early. So sad it's coming this early because it would have been nice for him to have sold the team, walk away from the team, and probably allow a new owner to come on board and to take care of the team. But unfortunately, that didn't see the light of the day. And it's just the way it is right now. And like I said earlier, the players just have to sit put. They can walk away, and they just have to sit put. Well, that's just the way I say it right now. They can just walk away. And already, Abramovich says he wants to sell the team. So where are they going? They don't need to walk out of the team. They need to walk out of the squad. It doesn't work like that.
Laddie, it's convenient for us to consistently talk about Chelsea and the UK government and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. But the problem with the UK government and Roman Abramovich started since the assassination of Khashoggi, or of that person in London. They started stressing him since then. He should have sold the club since then.
Talking about the journalist that was killed in Turkey.
Exactly. He should have sold the club since then. Why is it taking him so long until now to sell the club? So I think Roman has a problem too.
I'm sure Roman will tell you that he has so much passion for the club Chelsea. He's a Chelsea fan.
He's always saying that, yes.
And he said he always liked to put the team first. That was part of the statement he made when he talked about, trying to hand over the team to the board of, to the foundation of trustee to take over the team. But like you said, probably he ought to have trained the towel long ago after the assassination of Khashoggi in Turkey. He didn't do that. And up to this moment, I'm sure that if he had envisaged that Putin was going to invade Ukraine, probably would have pulled that as well. You understand? But he didn't do that as well. Probably didn't see that coming as well. Because one thing about a guy like Putin I noticed that he's one guy that always likes to keep so many things up his sleeve. He likes to surprise everybody. And he's one dude that virtually all opposition leaders in Russia have been assassinated one way or the other, either through an accident or probably through pure assassination. He's a ruthless person to deal with, and it showed that when he attacked Crimea and took over Crimea, and that's a part of Ukraine. So I don't know what's going to happen right now, but everybody is sitting on the edge because they don't even know if he's going to attack, the rest of Europe, because he has given Ukraine so much warning, a stern warning that they are not allowed to become part of NATO. So if they join up with EU, which means becoming part of NATO, is just like a snap of fingers away. So anything can happen. And he has given them that directive that you can't be part of NATO. Now they're going to become part of EU. So Wale, we don't know where this pendulum is swinging.
Lado, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere yet. I'm still going to come back and ask the question on professionalism, like you said earlier, and how it's going to affect the players. So don't go anywhere yet. Now, Chelsea closed the gap to leaders Arsenal to 5 points as they beat London rivals West Ham 4-1 in the Women's Super League on Thursday. The damage was done in the first half as Pernell Harder bagged a brace either side of Niamh Charles' delightful long-range effort to put Chelsea 3-0 at halftime. West Ham had a faint glimmer of hope when Dogai Bright scored just after halftime, but Sam Kerr capitalized on Slackhammer's defending to add a fourth. Emma Hayes' side now trail Arsenal by 5 points in the Women's Super League title race, but have 2 games in hand over the Gunners. Lado, now that was the Chelsea female team playing against West Ham and closing up the gap against Arsenal in the English Premier League Women's Super League. Now, will this, all this drama, will it affect the psyche of the players, male and female, with all of this, really?
I don't know about how the player's salary is going to be sorted out, talking about their wages. But I feel because they're all in this business because of money. And I feel if their wages is sorted out as a when due, weekly, like they've always done, I don't think it's going to really affect them. That is what I think. because it's all about money. Money is the name of the game. And in as much as my money is coming in, my money is nothing is stopping my money from me getting my alerts every Friday. Hey, why walk away from the team? And if you look at the makeup of this team, even if you look at the Chelsea girls, they play good football, Wally. That you must say about that.
Yeah,
and when I was watching that highlight, what came to my mind is that African teams will have a lot of catching up to do. Really have a lot of catching up to do. But I don't think it will affect the makeup of the male team and the female team if they are professional enough and if their money is coming in as at Wendy.
Thank you very much for joining us on the show today, Ladi Egbedire Lado. Thank you very much.
Pleasure is all mine.
Ladi Egbedire just came back from London. He was a sports journalist and reporter in Nigeria, a major media house in Nigeria, and of course he's back in Nigeria for now, just for now, just for now. And of course he'll be going back very soon. Thank you very much for joining us and for your expertise. Solution to the problem, if you say that. Thank you very much, bro.
Pleasure, Wally. Thank you very much for having me.
Like I said earlier, the weekend is here and rest is near. It's a Friday. It's Plus Sports and Plus TV Africa. My name is still Wally Scott. I'm leaving you with the fact that Giannis Antetokounmpo had 43 points and 12 rebounds to lead the Milwaukee Bucks to a 124-115 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Thank you very much, Onoja. Thank you very much, Tayo. Tayo is behind the screen. He's the cameraman. You can't see him, but he makes you see us. Thank you very much, AJ Ajasa. Marriage looks so good on you. Thank you very much, Debola. Keep your neck up, please, I beg. Yeah? Thank you very much, Femi. He's downstairs in the powerhouse. Thank you very much. I call him Femo. My name is Wally Scott. Join us same time tomorrow, 11 to 12 on Plus Sports Special Saturday. Okay? Like I always advise you at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.
Words already before tip.
Well, yeah, but so Trey's going to have the bat.
Of really the numbers that they put up during that streak and the 140
Push back about 3 feet.
backdoor look again. Oh wow, Giannis! My goodness, Giannis!
I thought that thing was going to sail clearly out of bounds.
Giannis pulls and fires, and for back-to-back games,
For us.
over to Herter again. Back-to-back three-point make, initiating and controlling this offense. There he finds Bobby for three, and points. All 7 points coming in the final few minutes here of this quarter. Bobby again. Red hot.
Well, Coach Bud orchestrated. So far, Bucks have been in complete control. And just the sheer energy, the Bucks, even though front line guys play down the legs. If you don't want to, just consider the regular season. It's up to you. Just me.
Yeah, it's just adding to his talent. He's got 5 fouls. Trey Young from distance.
Can't sleep on him coming around those aggressive wall. Not just a wall, but an aggressive wall.
Giannis leaning in. 41 point words already before tip.
Well, yeah, but